Hello pool players, Ron here. Welcome once again to the Pool Student Channel and thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hey, today's the moment of truth. I've had a couple good practice sessions working on that stroke flaw, and I'll tell you what, many of you, in fact 38 of you, have given me great advice, suggestions as to what I need to do or try to change in my current stroke to help me get past that veering of my cue. I'll tell you what, I tried everything you guys have suggested, and I had to really kind of pick the things that work best for the mechanics for my body, and I came up with some really good things, you guys. Thanks a lot. You're going to see that. I'm going to show you some video coming up right now, and big help. 147 back and forth comments. Outstanding. YouTube is an awesome thing. And there are people watching us right now, you guys, that are probably wondering what it is that they need to do to get by this same situation that I have. So that's the power of YouTube. So anyway, just want to give that quick thank you. But without further ado, let's look at some of these shots. Still got some work to do though, but let's look at them now. Okay, I'm super geeked, everyone. I'm going to cover some key things that I picked up on here. Thank you once again. First thing that I have to do, I caught this one quite late after several shots before I finally discovered this issue. I was having my bridge hand was a little too far back, so once I moved forward so I have a closer bridge, and I'm going to show you that in the shots coming up, that made a big difference, huge difference actually. The next thing, I have to have a low level cue. As level as I can make it and as low as I can get it. Obviously, if we're along the rail here, we can't get that low because of the rail. If we're out in the table more, we can keep even lower and more level. So that can be an issue. Loose grip, so critical, but not too loose because we've got to be able to control the cue as well. We can't be just two fingers. I used to think that, but you really need to have all your fingers on the cue, the butt of the cue, but really the first two are really holding it and the others are just guiding it. And that's critical. The other thing too, this is a huge one, you guys. I can tell you right now, if you do this and you're struggling with this shot, doing exactly what I was doing, this is going to help you. When you're down on the shot, let the cue rest against your chest. And keep it there as a reference or a guide. You're not letting your body guide it, so to speak. It's just barely touching so that you know that you're not moving it out away from your body. This helps you keep it in and keep the shot in line. Made a huge difference. I started pocketing every shot when I did that. Okay? Now the other thing is a pause. You know, many of you have mentioned this, and I've known this, and it's so difficult for me because I used to jab stroke so badly, but the pause is critical. So if you're a jab stroker, you got to get by that. You got to be able to have some sort of pause. I say some sort because it doesn't have to be a full-blown, you know, like the pros, some of the pros have a full-blown pause, and they sit back there for what seems like an eternity, then they go through the shot. You got to have some sort of pause, some sort of transition. Now, the other thing on the pause is there's many aspects of the pause that we have to talk about. When we're back here, we pause, we don't just quickly go boom through the shot. We have to go forward with a slow motion first, just to get it going, and then accelerate. Not a quick abrupt. We come back, we start forward, and then we go through. Reminds me a lot, if you guys are golfers, you know this, that when you come down from the top with your golf swing, you don't jerk it down. You come down slowly and then accelerate through the ball. It's the same exact thing with a pool stroke. Huge difference. There's been so many things that have helped me with this shot. And once again, you're going to see these shots. I'm very happy with them. Still got a little bit of work to do, but there's some great things coming. Okay, now the other thing too, once we've made the shot, once we've gone through the cue ball, we have to hold the follow through. When I mentioned the very first thing, and that was a closer bridge, a short bridge, what was happening to me here was when I was too far back, and someone mentioned it in the comments that it didn't look like I was following through enough. That's because I was too far back from the cue ball and I had no extension as I would follow through. Once I got closer to the cue ball, I was able to follow through further and hold it, and that made a big difference as well. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actual bullet points here. And I would say that the pause has a couple of different things within it. So the pause has a lot more going on than the rest of those things. But everything I mentioned right there, if you guys try this, it's going to help you. And there's one more thing I want to say too. Remember when I mentioned being against my chest? You're going to see a video here of Efren Reyes from above. I was actually watching, I was taking a break from doing this work, and I was watching a match with Efren Reyes, and I think the opponent was Okura or something like that. He's a Japanese guy. And there's an overhead view, and I'm going to show it to you. And there's something very revealing about that view that I think is key to this shot. So now let's look at some shots, and then we'll check out Efren as well.
The first thing on my list was the long bridge, and I wanted to show you that here. Now, even though I drew it back pretty decent, I had a lot of miscues because of it. Just too much can go wrong on that long bridge. So here I've shortened it up, and you can just see it's more compact. I seem to have a lot more control over it. And here's a difference that you can see here. It's probably a good couple inches forward of what I initially was using. And a long bridge, has a short back swing for me, and you can see it here. I'm going to show you. And this is wasted because if we can move our hand up a little bit, that's where we get our control, because we don't have that length that things can go wrong. So I wanted to show that as well. Someone pointed this out, one of my subscribers a while back, and I kind of tried it and it worked, and then I abandoned it for some reason, and now I've come back to it. So this is a real important aspect of controlling the forward motion, and you can see it there that it's just short coming back. So we have to shorten our bridge so we can take full advantage. And there again, long bridging, with a short draw, can waste control during the forward motion. The other thing that really helped me, and that was mentioned by one of you subscribers as well, and that is to pause on the backstroke. And I've always known that, but for some reason I just tend to fall back on old habits, I guess. Another thing that I do here is I'm touching my chest with my cue. This is very new to me, and it really did seem to help a lot because it keeps my cue in the right location and I can feel it. Now I want to show you this as well. When I'm shooting just straight in, nice and easy, I have no veering of the cue. But watch what happens here when I shoot a draw shot. I still have a little veering going on, so I've got some work to do. And that'll be my next challenge, and I'll be showing you my results from that as they come up. And here's just a paused action shot, just showing you how much it is veering. Okay, now I want to finish this off with Efren. I want you to look at Efren's arm here. Nice and controlled. Look at this, the pause before the backswing, and then look at the follow through. Nothing changes here. Everything is perfectly in line. This is the actual shot, nice and controlled. A little closer view of it. Now look at this. The backstroke prior to the shot is no different than the follow through. He holds everything right in line. And I'll just finish off here. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope this was helpful. Leave some comments. please, if you would. Till next time, like I always say, keep on practicing.